So we were at a party, and we were acting a fool. There was a bunch of us there. It was a house party. We were at one of my friends' houses. His mom was never really there because she was always at work, and we were having fun. A few more people came by who really weren't welcome at the time, and we thought we was just gonna try and pressure him to leave. Look, bro, you're not wanted here, so you might want to leave. So one of my friends, he ended up punching a dude in the face. And after the dude got punched in the face, he backed out on him and pulled the gun out. And after he pulled the gun out, it was kind of like a mad rush. Everybody started running, and I didn't even realize that at that point I got shot. Adrenaline was running. We were trying to get everybody like, yo, all right, we got to dip. We were trying to hop the fence, everything like that. And then I was like, man, my leg is hot in a mug. It's hot. Just imagine like somebody taking a bat and hitting you in the leg with it, and then your leg's on fire. And yeah, it was me and another girl who ended up getting hit.
I was primarily a prison counselor, which simply means that I was the guy who, once they got there, brought them into the unit, talked to them about the job, vocation, that kind of thing. Ran what we called minor court, which was minor infractions. I took care of those. Did all their assessments, plus wrote their parole reports and gave recommendations.
Yes, I'm a judge in Allen Superior Court. I preside in the criminal division, and I only preside over criminal felony matters, which are, in layman's terms, the bad guys. I think we're seeing a lot of violence in our community right now. I think we're seeing a lot of violence nationwide. What I see from my bench every day when I sentence individuals or hearings that I preside over is I see a lot of individuals. For instance, one of the cases I had this morning, I asked him, what are you doing carrying around a gun? He was 20 years old. I said, what are you doing carrying around a gun? He was in before me get sentenced on a dealing in heroin case. He's a drug dealer. So he told me, I carry a gun because I'm afraid on the streets. Well, if you're afraid on the streets, obviously if you're carrying a gun, you're going to use it, right? So the way I see that guns and drugs and domestic all interacting is that I see way too many drugs in our community, way too many drugs. And coupled with those drugs, oftentimes the people that are dealing it, even the people that are buying it, they're illegally carrying a handgun because, as you know, you have to have a gun permit and you have to be 18. Most of them have stolen guns, the ones I see on the street. They're stolen guns. And oftentimes when it's a drug deal go bad or it's two people fighting over drugs, those guns come out and they start shooting. And unfortunately, domestically, it can be in somebody's backyard. So if I live in an area where they're doing drug deals or they're doing this down the street corner or anywhere, unfortunately, I may be in range of catching a bullet.
There was plenty of violence, trust me. A lot of bloodletting, but never specifically a homicide. Now, but violence does play a big role because everybody's trying to get over on everybody else. That's what prison is all about. You come in, you got to make a rep, you got to, show everybody you're not soft, as they used to say. So you've got to do something to show that, you're a bad guy, whether it's talking about your crime, but most of the time that didn't really make a big difference. It was mainly what you did while you were in prison. Drugs do get in, and you'll never stop them from getting into a prison because you do have some corrupt officials, sadly to say, but also through visiting and other means, drugs do get in. So that plays a big part Also, sometimes the guys manufacture their own alcohol.
Obviously, as a judge, I take an oath to follow the Constitution. The Constitution has the Second Amendment. Therefore, I think everybody has a right to bear arms. Although our laws say that if you have been convicted of a felony, you're not allowed to carry. You lose your right to the Second Amendment. So what I see happening is a lot of these individuals are convicted of felonies, they get released, they go back to the same lifestyle, and they're carrying handguns. So they're now felons in possession of a handgun. I do believe everybody has a right to protect themselves. That's what their Second Amendment says. And if you own a gun and you have a permit for it, you're doing it legally, I think it's just fine. I think that's what our Constitution allows. However, where we're seeing the majority of our homicides, these are not individuals that own guns legally.
So there's plenty of opportunities to get high in prison. What kind of role does it play? And I don't think it's that big of a role as far as drugs and alcohol. I think there's some, because of the violence there was a lot of violence, a lot of fights.
I think the breakdown of the family here in America has caused a lot of problems. I think a lot of young kids now are kind of growing up on their own. They're not getting the mentoring that historically maybe from the traditional family. When I say traditional family, that can be a single mom, that can be, when I say traditional, just someone that when the child comes home from school, they're there in the evenings, they're having dinner together, they're breathing life into the individual.
If you look at modern day gangs and gang activity today, it's all about proving yourself. It's all about, getting out there and showing that you're worthy to be a part of that particular group or that particular gang.
I think a community can come together to prevent crime, to rally around those individuals, mostly our youth. I'm a big believer in teenagers, youth, that kind of thing, that those individuals can be indigenous leaders, meaning they can grow up in their community and show leadership in their community. And the leadership I'm referring to is no guns, no drugs, no violence. But how does a young individual who grows up on the street, grows up in that environment, how do you take them out of that? You need a community to rally around these individuals, to mentor them, to help them stay in school. If they don't have families, mentor them to where they can feel like they have a family in their community. So I think community can play a really big part if we do it right.